Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. So last time we dealt with some dark fog issues and got kind of set up to start working over here on producing Deuteron fuel rods. We determined that we would be able to support 2 manufacturers to produce something like around 7 per second. The problem that we have here, or the change I want to make before we continue, is that I would very much like, I've decided to get into proliferation. We also have this problem of litter on the other planet. So if we take a look at proliferation here, we can make a proliferator Mark II. Number of sprays 24 times, extra products 20%, production speed up 50%, energy consumption plus 70%. I'm not entirely sure how this will affect the Deuteron fuel rods, but I think we want to get into it. And before we do, I'd like to see if we can pick up the upgrade for Mark III. Like if we're going to go into proliferation, Proliferator Mark III, we can get this researching, but we need something else first. The high strength material. Okay, so go into that. We're looking to going into this. And I think this litter is really going to bother me if I don't get it fixed. It's like slowly getting picked up bit by bit. I guess it does get picked up eventually. Maybe I just ignore it. Okay. So if we're going into proliferation, that's not what I want. We need we're going to need a chain that produces these eventually, plus whatever the machine is that actually does it on the belt. So where does that, what does that look like? Would that be under transportation? Automatic piler, energy exchanger, maybe under production? Chemical plant, fractionator, oil refinery, miniature particle collider. Where would this be? Oil extractor, water pump, accumulator, storage maybe? Not under defense. EM high rail rejector. Wait a minute. If we go back in and look at Proliferator Mark I, this is the spray coater. Fitting the spray coater to a conveyor belt and feeding it to the proliferator through the upper port allows cargo on the conveyor belt to be sprayed. Production's either accelerated, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So where is that? How do I make that? Ah, it's here. Okay. So let's try setting this up as if we were going to do like high strength proliferation. How many of these can I make right now? I think we'll need 3, 1 for each line. So let's get those working. And then let's rebuild this a little bit. Okay. So, let's start by having a proliferator here. Now, how does this work? I guess like that? So do we feed, which side do we feed it into? Okay, so am I doing this the right way, or which way does it, I'm not sure which way it goes. I think it might be reversed here. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll set it up, and if we get it wrong, we can always fix it later. I think it would go like this. It seems like you would put it in here, it would spray it, and it would come out, right? That looks right to me, I think. Now, we're gonna have to feed in, I guess there's an upper port. Yeah, there we go. So the proliferator would come in here. We would feed it in like this. Or wait a minute, can I go through this? Like, can I go through it like that? Or how does that work? Doesn't seem like it goes through. So you need to, I guess you need to feed it in on one side. Does it, would it go through like that? Because maybe I could have this one belt of proliferators and have it continue along like this. Does that work? Like, let's say I might need to move this forward a little bit. Yeah, I might need to move this forward. Let's do the output for the deuterium first. So let's have this come out here like so. Maybe we'll come out to here. We'll have this one come out and head this way. Then we'll join this up. Right? Then we'll put the proliferator down. I wonder if I can just snap it on. Yeah, I can. Okay, that's cool. And then let's have this coming out of here. Put another proliferator here. We want it in the same line, I think. Like that. Connect this up. And then we can have a proliferation feed coming in here somehow from somewhere. So let's say we do like this. That looks like it'll work. Okay. So then these two lines would be proliferated, and then the other thing we're going to need, aside from the actual cartridge production, is the supermagnetic ring production. So this would be sort of the idea, is that these things would be getting sprayed and then feeding into the production. This is driving me nuts right now. Why does it take so long to pick up the litter? I wish there was a... Can I get rid of litter? No, I can't get rid of this display. I might fly up to Alwade 1 and fix that. Okay, so... There's high strength material. Let's get this set up. This was supposed to be the titanium alloy, right? So let's go work on that. Real quick. Now, interestingly, we already have something here. Oh, that's for titanium. Okay, let's put a logistics distributor on this. You're gonna provide to other distributors. We have plenty of bots, right? Oh, look at this. I'm pretty full right now. Okay, so that'll provide the alloy. Let me get rid of... That's deuterium. And then I have a bunch of hydrogen that I don't need. Okay. And then we're carrying around a crap ton of missiles that I don't need either. Okay, so the titanium alloy is going in. Let me go dump out some missiles somewhere. I don't know, this is probably full already by now because we automated it. But maybe I can dump these off? I guess I can put them here. I'll check and see. Are you full already? Yeah, you're full. Okay. Well. Let's make sure we have as many missiles as we can carry. And then put the rest away. Let's get rid of the rest of these missiles. We don't need all these shells. How are we for shells? We're fine, yeah. Let's get rid of these shells. Okay, that frees up some inventory space. That's pretty good. That we don't need. This we don't probably need. Okay. So, we need 2 production chains. One for supermagnetic rings and one for the proliferator material, whatever that's going to end up being. Let's head back. Lots of little logistics bots flying around. I'm loving it. It's starting to really look busy all the time. Where did I set this up? Down here, right? Okay. So, we're going to need the magnetic ring production here. And then for the recipe for the fusion rods, I think we said we have like 7... I think we can make... I think we have enough to make... we have enough to produce slightly less than 2 of these can produce of the recipe. So Deuteron fuel rods, we're making something like 7 per minute. Damn, I figured this out. So it was 12 seconds, but we're operating at 75% efficiency. So it takes 16 seconds to complete a recipe. With 2, we'll get 16 seconds. We'll get 3.25. Is that right? 3.75. We can do 3, and that gets us to 48 seconds, right? And then we have 12 seconds out of 16. So 3.75 per minute from 1, which is equal to 7.5 from 2. I need to remember that number. We're going to be producing 7.5 fuel rods. So we'll need, looks like, or 7.5 recipes. If we're doing 7.5 recipes, we need, I guess, 8 super magnetic rings per minute here. So how many can we produce of those? We need 7.5, if I've done my math correctly. Yeah, we're going to be doing 7.5 recipes, each of which requires 1 of these. So one factory can produce these, can produce 20 of these. One Mark 1 assembler will operate every 4 seconds to produce one, which will produce 15. We'll produce 15 per minute with 1 assembler, so that's more than enough. All right, so let's set down an assembler over here. And this will just be producing super magnetic rings. And we'll feed that out through another proliferator. Let's put the proliferator down. That's reversed. We want it like this. Now, why has it turned around? It turned around when I put it on the... Okay, it turned around when I put it on the belt. I think because it's telling me this is actually the right way to go. Which means these are reversed. Maybe? They might be. Let's see. If I go to just put you on here, do you... Interestingly, did I build this the right way? So when I try to put it on here, it reverses itself to go that way. That's weird, man. Hold on. Yeah, it faces that way when I put it on there. So maybe that was right. Yeah, I think that was right. Okay. So we'll feed in the proliferator along this line, and then these items will be proliferated with whatever we can produce. That sounds good. Then we put down our 2 assemblers that will actually make the goodies. I don't want to do this. I think something like this is fine. So you'll come along here like this. And we'll feed you guys in. Now you're going to be making Deuteron fuel rods. And if I've got this right, then the highest amount of stuff we need is from the Deuteron. So that's the closer line. That makes sense. Okay. Let's bring you in. Line 2. And then let's bring you in line 3. Okay. So it looks good. So you're going there, you're going there. Okay. So once this is all powered on, this should be producing the fuel rods. Okay, that looks good. Let's get power going. I can actually squeeze it in between those like that. That's fun. And then we'll need one like here. Okay, that all looks good. Let's get a temporary depot here to collect these until we figure out how to use them. Okay. So, if we can get our proliferation up and running, I think we'll do the magnetic rings first, and then we'll do the proliferation chain. So, you are going to need, let's see, you're going to be producing, well, something like 8 of these per minute once the thing gets backed up, but let's see, so 8 recipes per minute means we need 16. Yeah, this won't be operating at full efficiency because it would be doing 4 recipes per minute, which would give us how many 4s are in 60? 15. But it's going to be operating at half speed, so we'll just go by the fact that we're going to be producing like 8 per minute, I think. So we need 16. These are super magnetic rings. We need 16 of that. Is that electromagnetic turbine? What is that item? There's so many of these. Yeah, electromagnetic turbine. Okay, so we're gonna need 16 of these. We can produce 30 per second. So one producer's fine for this. Let's see. Let's do it like, let's start here. 1. I need to reverse that. How do I reverse this? Like that. Okay. And then here like that, and here like that. Okay. These guys are going to feed in here. Okay. So we need a producer for the electromagnetic turbines up here. Let's get that connected with a sorter. Okay, you're going to make electromagnetic turbines. That's the wrong thing. Okay, you're going to make electromagnetic turbines. What do you need? You need magnets and graphite. Oh, you know what? We have some spare graphite over here at deuterium production. So we can actually run one line directly from here. I think we're probably making enough that we can just eat this directly. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. How many is that sending out? Is that our length 2? Hang on, let me fix that. Let's come to like here. I think it was the angle that was giving it problems. Oh, yikes. I've screwed this up. All right. So we'll take the graphite, the energetic graphite, and put it on this line. I think this is great. This just saves us from having to figure out where to get that from. Okay, so there goes the energetic graphite going into our friend Mr. Supermagnetic Ring Producer. I may... Now, how are we going to get the inputs here? This needs motors and electromagnets. Can I jump this well enough to actually connect it? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like that'll be fine. Okay. So let's figure out this now. Electric motors and magnetic coils. Now, I have a lot of spare production of both of those already, so we might be able to solve that with logistics bots. Yeah, I think we can solve that with logistics bots. So let's do that. Whoa, no, that is way wrong. The sorter went like super long there for some reason. I always forget that I have to choose the correct direction when I do this. So these belts... Come on now. Huh. Try it again. That looks right. So this needs 2 electric motors, 2 magnetic coils. Let's try to solve that with bots. You are going to request motors, and you are going to request magnetic coils. Let's get you guys both set up with bots. Okay. We'll feed in some power. We need a good bit of power here. Wonder where the right place to put it is. That looks good. That'll cover all that. Okay. So now we need to go set up the distribution side of that, which is way over here. Let's see if we can get that done. Now motors, yeah, motors are not really being used anywhere. I guess it's being used in blue. Where are these motors going? They're going into production of Mark II sorters, which is backlogged. So yeah, we should be fine distributing these around. Question is whether they can get there from here. Yes, provide to other distributors. 1 route, 1 out of range. All right. Might be able to fix that with some research. Let's leave that for now and just see if research can fix it. Is it drone engine? No. Drive engine? No. Distribution range, level 2. Let's get that going. That adds 20%, 20 degrees of distribution coverage. And might as well enqueue this one as well. That should definitely fix it for us. Okay. So let's assume those work. That's only 1 though. We need more. We need the magnetic coils. How are you looking? You're slowly growing, or are you being consumed? This is going into blue cube production. I think what we'll do here is upgrade this machine just to make sure we have that 25% extra production, and then we'll throw logistics on here as well. Provide other distributors. Yeah, road set of range, but Proliferator Mark III is done, and now we're working on distribution range, so that should fix that problem for us. Okay, so that takes care of the electric turbines, or what are they? What are they called? Electromagnetic turbines. So if we put all that together, the electromagnetic turbines are an input for the supermagnetic coils, as is the graphene. The other thing we need here are magnets, straight up magnets. Do I have sufficient spare magnet production? This I don't actually know. But we might have spare magnet production that we can do another distribution bot setup. Let's check. Yeah, it seems like this is largely being consumed as it's produced. What's going on here? We're out of Oh boy. We're out of metal here. Out of iron rather. So we've ceased production on a lot of things here. This is now, I'm guessing, let's see. What is this even requesting? Oh, this was taking spare ore and turning it into iron here. So this depot is empty, yeah. Do we have other iron nearby? Let me check. There's iron over there. I think we can, all right, so we can get these 2 veins here for right now. Let's see. Any way I can get both of you? I can get both of you maybe from the other side? Collides with other object, though. Okay, let's delete this temporarily. Let's put this miner down. It needs a little bit of foundation. We have some foundation. Okay, so we can get these 2. We definitely need a tower here to replace what we tore down. Or do we? I just need to power this. Okay. Alright, so... this line we feed back around here. Like so. That gets this up and running for now, but that's not a huge amount of ore. That's gonna run out. So this is feeding magnets into what? Into, yeah, magnetic coil production, which we're already eating some of. This is now kind of balancing out. What do I want to do here? I think we need to reinforce this a little bit. And it might not hurt. What are we doing? So these 3 are producing ingots. They're slow because they don't have enough. And no, these 3 are producing not ingots. They're producing magnets directly from iron ore, which goes into here. I think if this was running at full, we could afford to pull some off. I'm not sure. I think we need to go fetch more. I think we need to join this up like this. Yeah. And we need to get some more going here. The nearest place we have iron ore. Let's go take a look. How much are you guys using? Oh, there, you know what? It's using some of this, but virtually none of this. So let's do it this way. Let's feed more ore over into that magnet setup from here, and let's do it with some priority switches. I think that's the best plan. Can I put a switch directly on the existing? I wish you could put it directly on an existing belt. It'd be so much easier if you could just snap it on. Okay. Let's put a splitter here. Get that connected up. Let's get another splitter here. Logistics splitter. Okay. So then you get prioritized and you get prioritized. Why isn't that working? There we go. You get prioritized. Okay, and then extras we can take off and add to that that other chain. So we'll come over here like this. The stone vein's annoying, but I think we have to deal with it. Okay, there's distribution range 2. Number 3 is coming. You guys come down here and join this chain. Okay, so now we've got some more iron available. Let's swing this over. Where do we actually want to go here? Over to here? Okay. And then we can connect it like this. Okay. Let's see if this works. So more iron ore is coming along. Hopping over that belt. Flying over here. You construction boys are doing good work. There we go. That looks good. That feeds into this line, which feeds into all of this. Now, what is broken here? What was this? I don't know why you're here, but let's put the sorter was like stretched way out for some reason. Okay, so as the massive majority comes in, now you guys are producing magnets full speed. What's your problem? Lack of material? What are you talking about? Iron ore. Oh, I put this on backwards. I put the sorter on backwards. Okay, let's fix that. There we go. Okay, so lots of iron ore, or lots of magnets being made here. Additional iron ore being turned into ingots, which can go into the distribution network. Now I think this should be growing. Once this backs up, let's watch. Let's see if this does back up here. We need this belt to kind of be full. We might not actually have any to spare here. No, it doesn't look like we do. It's being eaten up as quick as we're making it. Okay. So, how do we fix that? I guess we'll do the same thing we're doing here, which is to take the extra, whatever's not used in terms of iron ore. We can use extra to make a couple more smelters to make magnets for distribution. Oh, that's a shame. That almost worked. Let me go ahead and... let's see how close I can get this. Get that there. And there we go. Okay. So we'll have... let's grab this recipe. We'll make some extra magnets here. These will just be whenever there's overflow of ore, which is fine. You guys will output to another magnet depot here. That's probably not the right place to put that. Let's do the output belt. Like so. Put the sorters to put the output. Ah, that's wrong. We need one more length. I always forget you can't quite put it on a curve. You can't put a sorter on a curve in a belt. If you create the sorter first and then delete it, it'll work. But you can't put it down on one. Alright, so sorter for the output of the magnets. A lot of work we're doing, but we're getting a fully automated chain set up, which is great. You're going to distribute to other providers. Or distribute to other distributors. Okay, so now we have magnets available. Let's head back over and try and remember what we were doing. We're trying to work on supermagnetic rings at the moment as an ingredient for Deuteron fuel rods. Okay. So, for some reason, why are you not working? Why are you not working? Oh, the range. We don't have the range yet for the items we're requesting. Okay. One more research upgrade and we should get there. So, looks like another 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes, something like that. As for the magnetic rings, it's the same deal. Let's go ahead and throw our depot down here for magnets. We'll do an output sorter. Let me just check. You need magnets. Okay. So we'll put the logistics distributor on top. You're going to request magnets. One available route. Okay. Magnets coming in hot. And then we don't have the proliferator stuff set up yet, but this should produce all the ingredients for the supermagnetic rings. We have the deuterium. We have the titanium alloy. So this set should start providing magnets, and this should start producing... You're still not producing something. Oh, right. We have to wait for this to actually produce the electromagnetic turbines. I mean, I could manually work on that, but I think we'll just wait for this research to finish. In the meantime, now we need to set up production of the proliferator stuff that we want to use. So where are we going to do that? I guess over here. So what I don't know is how much we need. What I don't know is how much we need. So, fitting the spray coater to a conveyor belt and feeding it to the proliferator through the upper port allows cargo on the conveyor belt to be sprayed. Production is either accelerated or extra products gained when cargo sprayed with the proliferator is used as raw material to create next level products. Has durability, work consumption, idle consumption. It doesn't really tell me much. Let's look at the canister thing. With a newly upgraded formula, when cargo sprayed with Proliferator Mark III is used as raw materials to produce the next level products, it can help maximize the extra products and production speed up effect. However, the power consumption will increase during the production process, and it requires a higher capacity production time. So this will spray 60 times. I guess it depends how much we're taking in, right? So like... This is going to take in... Let's assume these are working at full efficiency. So this is a 16-second recipe. We decided we're going to make 3.775. We're going to make 7.5 of these recipes per minute. So we're going to see 7.5 titanium, 7.5 supermagnetic rings, and then what? 150 deuterium. So that's 165. So like we need 165 sprays per minute, I think is what we need. If I've understood how this works correctly. So this gets 60 sprays. So we need 3 of these per minute. I think that's correct. 3 per minute. And we can produce 30 per minute. So this is going to be, like, if we get this production chain set up, it's going to be fine. Okay, there's the distribution range. The extra 30 degrees. Let me go see if that's sufficient here. Yes, one available route. Excellent. That got us what we needed. So I think we only need one... I think we only need one producer for the higher end spray. Yeah, this should produce more than we actually need. Let's get the output set up to feed this through, I guess. So where are we? We're on that. Let's come here. And then up to this. That looks fine. So this will send the sprays that we need into the device. Actually, let's first put down a depot to buffer and distribute these, because somebody else is going to want these sooner or later. So let's go ahead and get that set up. Let's put on the output. Let's put on the distribution thingamajig. Okay, so you're going to distribute sprays to whoever wants them, I guess. Where's the sprays in this view? Mark III. Yeah, okay. Going to distribute to others. Okay. And then we put down the production. Like so. Put down a belt. Do some sorters. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I want an assembler here. That looks good. Okay. I am almost out of conveyor belts here. I'm going to need to pick up some more. Okay. You're going to produce the Mark III proliferator. And we'll have to come back to this. I think we're not going to be able to finish this episode, but I like the idea. So this is going to require the Mark II proliferator and some of these carbon nanotubes. I think we can make carbon nanotubes at the moment. I think we have a recipe for it. A very lightweight fuel or material has a precisely interconnected hexagonal lattice structure. Such structure, say that 3 times fast, imparts exceptional strength and an impressive resistance to deformation, so it's ideally suited for the production of high-performance apparatuses. So titanium ingots, and graphene, we have all that we need to produce these, and we only need a small amount for this first factory. We can definitely make that. And then for the Mark II fuel, what are we doing? The Mark I fuel and the diamonds, which we have. And this is just made straight up from coal. Okay. So, let's go take a quick look over here. Are you... Okay, you are currently not producing. Why is that? I don't have output sorters. Okay. So, output sorters here, output sorter here. That feeds in here, begins making electromagnetic turbines. Those come out here. We start making supermagnetic rings. What are you complaining about? Why aren't you working? Something went wrong with that sorter, I think. There we go. All right, we're making supermagnetic rings. They're passing through the proliferator. And they're coming over to these guys at a fairly slow rate, but that's okay. Come on now, give me my first Deuteron fuel rod. Give it to me, I want it. And why aren't you producing? You say you don't have deuterium. Oh, you're producing. Something went wrong with this sorter as well. Okay. This is deuterium, so why aren't you taking any in? Oh, you are. It's just slow. Okay. And I think we've done it. Yes! Deuteron fuel rods. Under a magnetic field, the deuterium can be made into deuterium fuel rods that can yield more powerful energy. These can be used as a fuel source for small fusion systems. And the triumphant music playing right now is very appropriate. I love it. So yeah, here's our first nuclear fusion source, our first power source. And it's all set up and working. And once we get the proliferator working, these will be even better. But this is going to start producing. I think something like 7.5 per minute. Or maybe more. I don't know. There's a lot of complicated math. But I'm pretty stoked on this. We've got this done. Next episode, we'll work on the proliferation stuff, and then we'll set up some fusion plants to consume this. I know I can also use it as a fuel. So let's take a look here. One of these has 10 megajoules. This has 600 megajoules. This is 60 times as much power. How crazy is that? All right. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm very happy with our production chain for our fuel rods. We're going to get into proliferation. We're going to get nuclear fusion going. And then after that, the sky's the limit, quite literally, as we look to scale this up by going into orbital collectors on our nearby gas giant for fire ice and hydrogen. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.